Hi, my name is Julia Evans. I'm an MSW student with the University of Oklahoma. I am making a video to explain what trauma is to those who don't understand it or have never lived it or experienced it. And this is for an assignment for SWK-5163-997. Trauma means wound. It is an emotional wound resulting from a distressing event. And trauma, especially to children, actually changes their personality. And I actually know quite a bit about trauma. I've experienced two of the three major forms of trauma as a child myself, and as an adult. I experienced acute trauma as an adult, and I'll go into that in a little bit. I like to talk about it because it gives a really good example as to what acute trauma is. So in discussing trauma, to begin a little bit about it, for those who don't understand what trauma is, I'll talk a little bit about the personality aspect of trauma and what it does. So children that experience trauma, it could be in the form of abuse, which would be like yelling, screaming, hollering, by a parent or a caregiver. It could be an adoptive parent, bio parent, or a caregiver, which could be aunt, uncle, just a neighbor, anyone who's caring for the child. Or it could be maltreatment of some kind, emotional, physical, or any type of neglect, something like that. These children, their brain, it suffers majorly from that maltreatment. And it can start as early as newborn. It can start from 1 month old. The suffering, the malformation of the brain. It's actually a deduction of brain volume. Studies have shown from the stress, from the abuse or the neglect that the child has suffered. So each child has their own personality. And a lot of times, especially when they start getting older and attending school, the effects of the neglect and the maltreatment, the trauma that they've suffered, it causes them to act out or be different. And because children are all different anyway, but from what they have suffered from the neglect or abuse or trauma or whatever, they act even more different. They might have a